May I come in, sir?
जी आइए.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon,
ma'am.
Premanshu. Please take your seat. So, you're Premanshu.
Yes, sir.
Tell me something about you.
So I am from Begusharai. I have done my matriculation from DAV Public School, Euthanasia. I have done my high school from Park Mount Public School, Patna. And afterward, I have done my BTech in Computer Science from JP Institute of Information Technology, which is situated in Noida.
And you completed your BTech in
Sir, I am a pass out of 2017 batch.
2017, recently.
Yes.
So, what are you doing since then?
So I am preparing for civil services and I am doing some kind of digital marketing as a freelancer.
Okay, what is digital marketing?
So digital marketing, I am limited to Facebook platform. What I am doing is to publish some kind of images and a kind of website links that will influence the user, Facebook user, to go to that site and buy the specific product.
Do you declare forthright upfront that you are in the sales marketing thing, or you?
No, sir. This is just a self-support kind of thing.
Anyway, Premanshu, you are basically from Begusarai.
Yes, sir.
But you did your graduation from Noida.
Yes, sir.
Why not from Bihar or any neighboring state?
So I was qualified for the counseling that I was allotted this college, JP Institute of Information Technology, through JEE Mains counseling.
Oh. So why do you want to become a civil servant?
Sir, I want to become a civil servant because I think I can be a useful asset to the government of Bihar for being a journalist officer and having some specialization.
Premanshu, what I can see typically from your information just you provided, it appears that your BTech computer science was incidental to whatever you aspire to be.
Yes, sir, kind of.
Why didn't you just went for a simple graduation rather than BTech?
Sir, after high school, I was unaware of all the career opportunities. That's why, sir, I did my BTech. However, sir, I did my best in my BTech curriculum.
Recently, in fact, today's news was the government again amalgamated a few banks.
Yes, sir.
Do you believe that of late government is kind of getting away from the PSU banks? Is it a reverse process of what nationalization of bank achieved?
No, sorry, sir, I beg to differ. So I think this has all started from a report of Narasimhan committee that was in 1991. He suggested that there should be less than 5 national bank which would have better international outreach and for better capital consolidation and to establish a better synergy between monetary policy and fiscal policies.
But it very clearly suggests that if we have only the large banks operating, then the sufferer will be the backward states like Bihar. The reach of large banks will be limited to a few places, and the stress on economy of operation also suggests that so-called non-profitable banks branches will be asked to wind up, which effectively means that the priority sector lending will suffer, and it will be a bad news for a state like Bihar, isn't it?
So I'd like to add, the government is planning to bring up some development kind of banks, and also government has proposed a capital infusion of 70,000 crore to NBFCs, non-banking financial corporation.
But our experience with NBFC, the nation's experience with NBFCs is not very encouraging.
Yes, sir. But sir, I think this should be a massive step for achieving 5 trillion economy.
But my concern is not 5 trillion economy. My concern is a poor state like Bihar. And if you want to get into the bureaucracy of Bihar, give me that perspective. Convince me that it is good for Bihar.
So the leading bank like UCO Bank, which has a better outreach in all rural household and all blocks and subdivisions, that has been not been merged, that has been kept independent.
But ultimately the policy direction suggests that sooner or later it will be.
So there would be some kind of tier-wise institutional structure that will ensure that the poor and the people living in remote areas will not suffer.
Anyways, what are your interests and hobbies?
So I like to watch and play cricket, and I like to sketching, sir, particular sketching.
You had been an engineer also. So tell me, what is the difference between a 1H and a 1B pencil? A 2H or a 2B pencil?
Sorry, sir, I'm not sure. So I normally do ball pen sketching.
And that is reason enough not to know pencils.
Sorry, sir, but I currently don't know.
Okay. If we get into your district thing, you are from Begusarai.
Yes, sir.
Give me the basic parameters of Begusarai. What are the important statistical information about Begusarai?
So Begusarai is considered as a industrial capital of Bihar because it has been a hub of industries from all over Bihar, which is considered as a industry deficient state. But Begusarai is in kind of adverse position. It has a...
What is population of Begusarai?
So population is Begusarai is around 10 lakhs.
And what is sex ratio?
So 894.
And what is the total area of Begusarai?
Sorry, sir, I'm not sure about exact area.
What are important municipalities in Begusarai?
Pardon, sir?
What are important municipalities in urban local bodies in Begusarai?
So there are 5 towns established and 5 municipal corporation: Tegra, Begusarai.
There are 5 municipal corporation in Begusarai. I have come to know that probably there are not 5 municipal corporation in Bihar.
Body, there are.
What is the difference between a municipal corporation and a municipality?
So municipal corporation are established within Act of Article 243 that are basically...
That is for all urban bodies.
Yes, sir.
But there are 3-tier urban bodies.
Yes, sir.
So what is a municipal corporation? What is a municipality? What is a Nagar Panchayat?
So the Nagar Panchayat is the lowest strata of the institutional structure, which has... sorry, sir, I'm not...
Begusarai is a municipal corporation or not?
No, sir, Begusarai is not a municipal corporation.
What are important municipal corporations in Bihar?
So, Patna, Muzaffarpur, and Bhagalpur, sir, all the 4.
You're guessing
towns.
Or you know?
Sorry, sir, I'm guessing, sir. I'm not quite into this thing.
Yeah, so Premanshu, you did BTech in Information Technology.
Yes, sir, computer science.
Computer science.
Yes.
So what's the basic difference between two branches, computer science and information technology? What is the basic difference between them?
So the implementation part has no such differentiation as such, but in academics, we are more into architectural study of computer, and they are more like implementation part, programming and all that. So I would like to add that 70% of syllabus is the same.
Okay. So what is the information technology?
So information technology is the new advent of technology which includes the thing that are related to computer for implementing them and establishing digital infrastructure through electronic medium. And the basic motto is to establish a paperless, cashless and presenceless digital infrastructure.
Okay. So once you become the administrator, how will you use information technology in administration?
So I have thought of many things.
Yeah.
So as an administrator, my priorities will be to ensure public distribution system, and to enforce law and order, and to provide social security schemes to the rural household. Sir, I will use technology like video conferencing for social security schemes, because sir, I have personally observed that due to absence of all family members, the funds are stagnated and the poor people are deprived of their rights. So I will use video conferencing efficiently there. And for public distribution system, I will implement through a video selfie kind of message that the all recipient will share their message regarding that they have availed the service after social audit on a public platform.
Okay. Tell me one more thing. How will you use the information technology in law and order?
Sir, I will establish the CCTV cameras in the basic public places that are in kind of very prone to public aggregation, and I will connect them to district control room.
Okay.
And sir, I will also ensure the installation of any app regarding online file reporting, FIR reporting, basically not a kind of FIR of police thanas, the kind of FIR that they can lodge a complaint
Like
on
FIR.
on that, yes sir, on that platform, and that will be redressed very efficiently.
Okay. So what is digital density of Bihar?
So Bihar, sir, actually, sir, there is a kind of difference in urban digital density. Bihar ranks third in all over India, but in rural digital density, Bihar is actually third from the last.
Third from the last. So there will be a big problem to ensuring law and order through information technology in rural areas.
Yes, but after the advent of programs like BharatNet and BSWAN, Bihar Statewide Area Network, and DISA campaign, and many others programs are there, but I can use them efficiently to avail the services to the people there.
Okay. Did you heard about artificial intelligence?
Yes, sir.
What is this?
So artificial intelligence is the cognitive ability of any computer program or electronic device to think, learn, and take decision without any external command.
Okay. So how we can use this artificial intelligence in various sectors? Tell me some one or two sectors.
So the easiest example is the kind of YouTube video suggestions we get. It is actually filtered by AI. The kind of video we like, data are processed through data mining, and further they are recommended to us. And the news feeds what we get on social media platforms. And in government sector, we can use AI in police reforms like biometric identification, and many things can be implemented.
How will you use that artificial intelligence in agriculture?
Sir, we can use artificial intelligence in agriculture for ensuring the right amount of product at right time at right place by accessing all the data that are available with the weather forecast agencies and the soil data which is available on the national soil moisture map that is published by IMD. We can assess that data and achieve to a particular solution.
Okay. So I will ask you one more question. Did you heard about euthanasia?
Yes, I have heard of.
What is this?
So euthanasia is actually right to die with dignity. It's a kind of thing that recently the Supreme Court has actually declared it as a legal right. So I would like to add, it is passive euthanasia, not active euthanasia, that the medical support system will be removed off to kind of expedite the process of death.
So difference between active euthanasia and passive euthanasia?
So by active euthanasia means injection of some particular poisonous substance or any kind of external effort to make sure the person is dead, and by passive euthanasia we are just removing the medical care and support system to let the person die in the natural manner.
There is the targeted marketing. You did job in digital marketing.
Yes, sir.
So there is one kind of marketing is targeted marketing.
Yes, sir.
So is that ethical to target some particular users, particular customers, and you send the again and again message?
So the redundancy is the bad thing about this, but it can be ethical because it can be useful in many circumstances. Suppose that recent a scheme was launched in Bihar, Municipality Kanya Uthan Yojana. So I can show that information for the people who have children's basically girls that are between 10 years and 15 years of age. So that will be a better penetration of this scheme. It can be positively seen, sir.
So how will we ensure that it should not be used in negative manner? Is there any IT act or IT provision so that we can ensure that it should not be used in negative manner? It should use only in positive manner.
Sir, right now, sir, according to BN Sri Krishnan committee, we have achieved to a conclusion that user is the owner of data. He can forget actually the company that is handling the user data are declined the privilege of sharing the data with third-party apps. So that is basically the main problem. The sharing of data with third-party apps, that is basically led to the less accountability of the IT firms.
Okay, thank you.
Premanshu, we were just talking about sketching, and you told that you were doing ball pen sketching. Even though you are not aware of the pencil
Ma'am, it's just
models
kind of
that
my self-relaxation hobby.
Okay. What I'm trying to ask is, have you heard about pencil portal? But
No, ma'am.
haven't heard about pencil portal?
No, ma'am.
It has been recently in news.
Ma'am, I'm nothing into technicalities of sketching. It is just
It is
a part
completely different thing.
of. Yes, I'm into more in cricket and all technicalities.
No problem. Bihar as a state has been facing a lot of problems with respect to water
Yes, ma'am.
issues.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me the problem is water crisis or water management crisis?
Ma'am, I will agree on water management because Bihar had abundant amount of water bodies. There are many rivers. In fact, Bihar has the largest catchment area, proportional to its area, total area, geographical area. I will say there is a lack of water management policies.
And has government done something significant in this regard to manage this water management crisis?
Government is trying to do, like there is a scheme that Har Ghar Nal Ka Pani, in which government has
Har Ghar Nal Ka Pani or something else?
Har Ghar Nal Ka Jal, sorry ma'am, and that is basically the Bihar model of this thing has been implemented on national basis as Jal Jeevan Mission. That there should be a community infrastructure for water storage, and that will lead to a better water expenditure and in a responsible manner.
Okay, can you tell me the timeline that government has drawn to ensure Nal Se Jal to every household?
Ma'am, I'm not sure about timeline,
You are
about
not
that
sure
deadline.
about target. Okay. There has been a new ministry that has come up. Can you name it with regard to water
Jal
problems?
Shakti Ministry.
Jal?
Shakti Ministry.
Jal Shakti Ministry. Okay, what would be its objective, and which are the ministries that have come together to form this?
Ma'am, Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation, and Ministry of Water Resources. Also, it was that. Sorry, ma'am, I'm not aware about a particular ministry.
You were going right, but you want to try further?
Ma'am, I was guessing kind of things, so
Okay.
I thought.
Can you tell me the difference between Jal Shakti Ministry and Jal Shakti Abhiyan?
Jal Shakti Ministry and Jal Shakti Abhiyan. Ma'am, Jal Shakti Abhiyan is basically a set of guidelines or policies that are instructed to all the bodies, all the local bodies and urban bodies, and
What is local body and urban body?
ma'am, like district collectorate and the secretariat water of water resource department, and Jal Shakti Ministry is the kind of decision taking body.
Okay. Bihar was also in news, some of its district, because of AES, acute encephalitis
Yes,
syndrome. Can you tell me the meaning of these terms?
Ma'am, AES, as you said, ma'am, acute encephalitis syndrome. It was after
Can
the
you just break the name for me? Like, what does it mean? Why is
Ma'am,
it named
it means
so?
the death of a children that is already suffering from malnutrition, and there is a sudden decrease in the glucose level.
You're telling me the symptoms or the progression of the disease. I'm
Yes,
asking
ma'am.
you the meaning of name.
AES?
AES, ma'am, it is a combination of the all kind of symptom that have occurred.
A stands for A.
Acute
What does it
encephalitis
mean?
syndrome. Ma'am,
Acute?
acute, ma'am, it's like more than required and very large. Ma'am, acute, ma'am, very less. Sorry, ma'am, I am not.
You're giving me general English meaning.
Yes, ma'am.
Encephalitis, you know the meaning?
Encephalitis, ma'am, it is the term is inherited from Japan. That is, Japanese encephalitis.
Can you tell me the reason why it's called chamki bukhar in regional language?
Yes, ma'am. Because there is a kind of redness in body, and the head there is a kind of very high fever. So, ma'am, the body started more sweating and like it's very glittering kind of thing. So,
Glittering.
Ma'am, by excess sweating.
No. Anyway, have you heard about zero budget farming?
Yes, ma'am.
What does it mean?
Zero budget farming means to allocate the provisions and to start from the very bottom up approach of planning. Sorry, ma'am, I'm not particular. I was heard of zero budget planning.
Okay. Thank you, Premanshu.
Premanshu, you studied geography as your
Yes, sir.
optional paper. Why not physics, chemistry, and maths?
So, because during my matriculation, that subject was more appealing to me, and I was very good at it.
And still, you didn't study graduation in geography and
Yes,
went
sir.
for the BTech.
Sir, as I've said, sir, I was unaware of the opportunities.
What is magnetic north?
So, magnetic north is actually the real south of the Earth's pole that attracts the north needle of the compass.
You must have heard this Mangalyaan thing and Chandrayaan
Yes,
thing.
sir.
If you look at the recent development, it appears that a satellite is injected from the Earth's orbit to a orbit of a satellite of Earth, which is Moon. How is it done?
Pardon, sir?
In the Chandrayaan mission, what we know is that a satellite was launched, it was in Earth's orbit, and now it is in the Moon's orbit. How it shifts from one orbit to other?
So we can see it with a better example of a athletic throwing a disc throw. He just rotate his body and gain momentum, and then he is using the rotational speed of Earth basically in terms of satellite. The satellite is using the orbital velocity of Earth, and by that
But if it is orbital velocity of Earth, then the orbit will be Earth's orbit. How
Yes,
it is
sir.
injected from Earth's orbit to Moon's orbit, which already is in Earth's orbit?
So there is a required of escape velocity of 11.2 km per second. That is provided by the cryogenic engine.
Anyways, so you want to become a SDM. Consider that you are SDM and you are heading a selection committee panel. And the choice you have is that there are two persons, you have to choose one of them for your project. Project is vital, you want to finish it in a given deadline. And choice you have is either you can have a person who is very efficient but corrupt, or you can have a person who is dishonest but very efficient. Whom will you take and why?
So I will choose the person who is honest and inefficient.
So you want to have an efficient person in your team and not finish your project in
No,
time.
sir. I think
And you will also have this escape route, sir, of मैं क्या करता.
No, sir. I
efficient
think,
नहीं
sir,
करूँगा.
I can provide my better contribution on that person part. I can provide him informal inputs and I can regulate him better. Being he's honest and he will listen to me properly and to my guidelines, he will adhere to it.
Do you believe that honesty is such an important trait that efficiency of the system can be compromised?
So
This is knowing the fact that historically we have been running a good system despite having very corrupt people.
yes, so providing that he's honest, sir, I think the subordinates needs to be honest. The most peculiar thing about them is they should be honest that I will be the decision making body. So I want them to work on my words, on my guidelines. And
Fine, Premanshu, it was very nice talking to you. You can leave now.
thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Please sit down. हाँ Premanshu, आपका इंटरव्यू है कब?
So 4th of September.
4th September. So how was it? What are the areas you find that you are okay and what are the areas you believe you still need to work a bit?
Sir, I think I am good at implementation part of my stream. Sir, I am somewhat weak at depthness of some topic.
See, please understand, it's basically a state civil services interview, and they'll be more inclined to judge you on either the personality traits or on the areas like the basic, not really the very deep academic part, but still. My understanding is that you're a good candidate, considering that one, you are fresh out of the things, see, which is going to be in your favor. Also, your sitting posture is good, your voice level is good. By and large, your hand movement is very restricted, apart from a few places here and there, otherwise it was very restricted. Your flow by and large is good. In other words, generally all parameters except one on communication are in place, except little you need to work on the eye contact thing. I'm sure that somebody actually suggested you to have a simultaneous eye contact with the board members, right? There's a lot of confusion in the industry on this. I'm doing it for last 20 years and really having tough time in making candidates understand that simultaneous eye contact is the biggest mistake you can make in any interview, right? Please understand what is the purpose of eye contact. मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ तो मेरी आवाज़ आप तक जा रही है, उस आवाज़ से सूचनाएं, बातें जा रही हैं, बट द टास्क ऑफ ट्रस्ट बिल्डिंग इज़ इंटरेस्टेड टू आईज. ठीक है, आप मेरी तरफ देख रहे हैं, मैं आपकी आंखों में देख रहा हूँ और हम बात कर रहे हैं, तो हमारे बीच में एक ट्रस्ट बिल्डिंग हो रही है. द मोमेंट आई ब्रेक आई कॉन्टैक्ट, ठीक है, अ फ्यू ग्लांसेस हियर एंड देयर विल नॉट हर्ट, इट विल बी गुड, बट इफ़ यू कंटिन्यूसली ऑस्किलेट or suddenly in a jerk you oscillate, it will be like you want to break the trust. ठीक है, so my advice always to the candidate is very simple, be natural self, सहज रहिए, जिसका मतलब है कि जिससे बात कर रहे हैं उसे देखिए. कभी कभी ग्रुप में दूसरे लोग होते हैं तो उनकी तरफ देख लेते हैं, लेकिन मेनली हम जिससे बात कर रहे होते हैं उसकी तरफ देखते हैं. Follow the same rule. It will be in your favor, right?
So actually, sir, I was maintaining the average eye contact.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This is a norm in the industry. I mean, people are at odds with it, but it is my responsibility to explain why it is so. And
Yes,
I'm doing
sir.
it for 20 years. Trust me that it
Yes,
will
sir,
work.
I will definitely.
ठीक है ना?
I will definitely.
On other things, two things you can work on. I'm not saying that you're doing bad on it, but my as a suggestion, I'm telling you. One is try and improve your listening. Listening is very important part of any interaction. Try and make sure that you understand the meaning and intention. These are two different levels of the question in the first place, right? Sometimes it appears that you're having hard time understanding the meaning in the first place. For example, the AES thing. Usually you should be able to guess it in the first place, and you were not most comfortable discussing AES actually.
Sir, I did know about a lot of things about AES, but I was not sure the part that ma'am was recommending.
That is also a problem. When you know a lot, you're in a fix.
I was not able to filter the part that I have to tell.
Which part? So generally the general thing. I start from the first place, and then maybe either you can ask or you can feel that the board members are still interested in deeper knowledge. Only then get into the deeper thing.
Okay, sir.
Right. So and also, since you mentioned integrity is really important, that is also important in the interaction. Sometimes it appears that you try and bluff. You're not very sure about the things, but you still went on to answer.
So I restricted myself on some part.
हाँ, तो तरीका क्या होता है, अगर आपको आता है आंसर दीजिए, अगर आपको नहीं आता आंसर नहीं दीजिए. But if you know some part of it, then take permission and then do the guesswork or the partial knowledge thing. ठीक है, that will be the best way of doing it. Why I'm giving so detailed feedback? Because you are actually doing really very good. You are a very promising candidate.
Yes, thank you,
and
sir.
you're a young candidate. BPSC people will get very few young candidates like you. It will be in your favor. So make most of it. Right?
Yes, sir.
All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.